Hello students. In today's topic, we will continue reading the chapter Going Places written by A.R. Barton. Students, before teaching it ahead, let me tell you something about the recap of this story. Students, uh, here the story begins with the conversation between the two girls. One of them is Sophie, the protagonist of the story, and her friend Jancy. Okay, Sophie, while coming home from school, tells Jancy about her dream of opening a boutique after school. Okay, Jancy tells her that it requires a lot of money. Okay, Sophie insists that she will manage money. Okay, she will manage money by doing work as a manager in any factory or all that. Okay, Jancy expresses her apprehensions that it will take a long time to save so much money. Okay, so Sophie still lives in her dream and tells her that she will save money uh, while working as a manager. Okay, Sophie, being a realist, told her tells her that they will not make her a manager straight. Okay, clear. Sophie still dreams of opening the most amazing boutique in the city. Okay, students, Jancy, who lives in the real world, knows that both of them are earmarked or destined to work in a biscuit factory. Okay, she knows the reality. Okay, clear. Even Jancy wishes Sophie that she should not live in a dream world. Okay, and wants her to be practical and more sensible, and even she wants her that she would be more sensible as it has uh, there are you can say there are something that she must know about the realities of her life. Okay, clear. Sophie now dreams to become an actress or a fashion designer. Okay, just to earn money, and finally she says that whenever she would have money enough to open a boutique, she will do that. Okay, students, her family's reaction to Sophie's dream is Sophie's father wishes that she may get that much money and build a decent house for the family if she ever get money in her hand. बोला भाई कभी पैसे आए तो she should purchase a new house for them. Okay. Then Derek, Sophie's younger brother, remarks that money doesn't grow on trees. Okay, clear. Her mother heaves a sigh at her dream. Okay, she shows no emotions when she tells her about her dream of opening a boutique. Okay, clear. Sophie's family and his status, we have also talked about a little bit about it. Okay, uh, her father is a manual laborer. Okay, her mother is back crooked due to homework, due to household work. Okay, they all live in a small house, suffocated with steam from the stove and dirty washing piled up in a corner. Okay, Sophie then feels choked in the house. Okay, she felt something has choked her throat, so tightening in the throat. Then she wanted to meet her brother, and she then looked for him. Okay, her brother Geoff. Okay, clear. Sophie and her brother Geoff. Okay, Geoff, her brother, has been 3 years old, three year out of school now. Okay, he has stopped studying at the school. Geoff is an apprentice mechanic. Okay, and he's tinkering with a part of motorcycle and try to mend it. Okay, clear. He travels to his work each day to the far side of the city. Okay, Even he speaks very little. Okay, he is a person of reserved nature. Okay, clear. He lives in his own world, and Sophie is jealous of his silence. She knew that he hardly speaks to anyone, and he never tries to make anyone friend of his. Okay, clear. Even she feels that he has his own world, which she has never visited. Okay, fascinated by his world because it was still unknown to her. Means uh, the place where he used to go is quite beyond Sophie's reach. Okay, clear students. So we have gone through here up to here. Okay, so let us start. Let us begin today's lecture. Okay, students. Perhaps there were also people, exotic, interesting people of whom he never spoke. It was possible, though he was quiet and did not make new friends easily. She longed to know them also. Okay, so here Sophie was thinking about the world, about the places her brother Geoff used to go. Okay, she even thought that where he usually go, we usually went to work. The people of that place were quite exotic. They were quite unusual, or you can say strange. Okay, and they were might be interesting people. Okay, but there is one problem that he never spoke to them. Okay, he never spoke. Okay, and being a reserved natured boy, he never even tried to make friends of them. Okay, he never tried to make new friends easily. Okay, so she longed to know them, and Sophie had a deep desire to know more about those friends. Okay, those people of and at the same place, and of the places where he usually went. Okay. She wished she could be admitted more deeply into her brother's affection, and that someday he might take her with him. And she even had a desire that one day her brother Geoff would be consented to take him to the world beyond, where she had never been to. Okay, she thought he would one day, out of affection, out of love, he would one day ask her to go with him and to witness the world outside, the exotic people and the interesting places. Okay, she had something in her dream कि वो एक दिन लेके जाएगा उसको वहाँ घुमाने के लिए. Okay. Though their father forbade it and Geoff had never expressed an opinion, she knew he thought her too young. Okay, and even she knew it, she was quite aware of the fact that her father, along with her brother, they thought that she was too young to go outside. बाहर जाने के लिए बहुत छोटी थी. So, and she was impatient. Okay, she was quite, you can say. Yeah, she became impatient. She had no patience to stay at home, and even she wants to go outside the village, outside the her native place, and see the world. Okay, and she was conscious of vast world out there waiting for her, and she knew instinctively that she would feel as at home there as in the city which had always been her home. Okay, now she imagined something that I can say is her fascination, is her imagination. She imagined that the world outside is eagerly waiting for her arrival, for her advent, that she would one day come out of her native place, out of her house, and the world is eagerly waiting for the same. Okay, कि बाहर की जो दुनिया है ना, it is waiting for her. Okay, and it is eagerly awaited for her arrival. He saw herself riding behind Geoff, wore new shining black leather, and she a yellow dress with a kind of cape that flew out behind. There was the sound of applause as the world rose to greet them. Greet means welcome. Okay, so then it was in her fantasy, it was in her imagination that one day her brother Geoff would wear his black leather, okay, and she would put on her yellow dress with a kind of cape. Kind of cape means with a kind of dupatta, okay, and then uh, eh, she would ride mm, behind her brother's Geoff on his bike, okay, and with the wind, her cape would fly, okay, and the entire world will would rise and greet her with a sound of applause. ताली बजा के उसका स्वागत करेंगे, पूरी दुनिया खड़ी जाएगी. It was her fantasy, okay, and it is a common phenomena of you guys also. You sometimes become daydreamer, okay, you think so many things, so many fantastic things in your dreams and all that, and reality is quite different from that of you think in your fantasy. Okay, students, so you should be aware of that. Okay, the age in which you are living is full of enthusiasm, jingoism, is full of fantasies, imaginations, and all that. If you use this ability of yours in a good way, you will certainly and if you channelize this energy or this thing in a proper way, you will certainly get whatsoever you want to be or whatsoever you want to achieve in your life. Okay, students. और ये कोई डायलॉग ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने सुना और इधर से सुना और इधर से निकाल दिया. नो, इट इज़ नॉट सो. ओके, ओके, कम बैक टू द स्टोरी. He sat frowning at the oily component he cradled in his hands as though it were a small dumb animal, and he was willing it to speak. Okay, students? So, uh, cradle means held gently. So he was frowning at the component at the part of the motorcycle he was which he held in his hand gently, and he was looking at it as if it is a dumb animal, okay, and he want it to speak. जैसे कि ये जो पार्ट ना इट विल स्पीक दैट यहाँ थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ है, सर ठीक करो. ओके, क्लियर. I met Danny KG, Sophie said, and then Sophie shared her feelings with her brother Geoff. She informed him that she met Danny KG. He looked around abruptly, like this, abruptly. Where? In the arcade. Funnily enough, in the arcade, funnily enough. It was quite a casual meeting. Okay, she met him in the arcade, in the market, in the cloth market where stalls are placed on the either side of the road. Okay, it is never true. Her brother Job told her that it can never be true. Such a great player, such a great celebrity will easily be found in such a common place. Okay, I did too. She laid stress that she did meet him. मिली तो है उससे. You told dad? And he inquired if she had told their dad. बोलो क्या father को बताया आपने? She shook her head, chastened at his unawareness that he was the first to share her secrets. And then she looked her she at in utmost bewilderment and in utmost surprise uh, on the fact that he was quite unaware of the fact that he was the first person whom she is telling the truth, whom she was telling the truth, whom she was sharing such an information. Okay, means her brother Geoff is quite unaware of the fact that she always uh, tells her secrets first to him. सबसे पहले उसी को बताती थी. And it is their bond of their relationship. It was their bond. Okay, clear? I don't believe it. Then Geoff told that he doesn't believe on her story, in her story, कि she had met Danny KG. There I was looking in the clothes in Royce's windows when someone came and stood beside me, and I looked around, and who should it be but Danny KG? Okay, clear? She then gave the factual description of the meeting. She told that she was looking for some clothes in at Royce's windows at some shop. Okay, and then someone stood behind her. Okay, and on turning, when she turned around, she saw none other than but डैनी केजी. कोई और नहीं था बल्कि डैनी केजी खड़ा था उसके पीछे. Okay, all right. What does he look like? You know, it is a common instinct of any one of us. When we don't believe anything, we try to inquire more and more of it. So here, Geoff asks her what Danny KG looks like. कि दिखता कैसा है? Oh, come on, you know what he looks like. Close to, I mean. And then she told that don't try to make fun of her. Okay, even she asked him uh, that he knew it very well how he looks like. कैसा वो दिखता सब जानते हैं, है ना? Don't talk rubbish, she told. And then he changed his question. He wanted to know how he appears, how he appears closely. मतलब when we uh, see, when we meet such a person, such a celebrity, so how he looks like close to, पास से कैसे दिखाई देता है? Well, he has green eyes, gentle eyes, and he is not so tall as you would think. She wondered if she should say about his teeth, but decided against it. Then she explained that Danny Keji has green eyes. Okay, his eyes were gentle. Okay, gentle eyes थी. And then she even informed him that he is not so tall as we think, that they think. Okay, so uh, she then wondered if she should say something about his teeth or not, कि उसके दांतों के बारे में कुछ कहे या ना कहे. Then she decided against it. Okay, then she did not mention how his teeth looked like. Okay, clear? Their father had washed when he came in, and his face and arms were shiny and pink, and he smelled a soap. Okay, he switched on the television, tossed one of the little Derek's shoes from his chair onto the sofa, and sat down with a grunt. Okay, then, meanwhile, their father, he had a bath. Okay, and now he smelled a soap, साबुन की खुशबू उसमें जा रही थी. And then he came in the drawing room, and then he switched on the television. Okay, he tossed, उसने उठा के फेंका. He tossed up Dak's shoes to the another corner. Okay, and then he said saying something with a grunt or with some anger, कुछ बोलते हुए बड़बड़ाते हुए वो बैठ गया. Okay, Sophie met Danny KG, Geoff said, and then Geoff informed that Sophie had met Danny KG. Sophie wriggled where she was, sitting in the table at the table. Her father turned his head on his thick neck to look at her, and his expression was one of disdain. Okay, students. So let me tell you the meaning. Okay, students, here one word is wriggled. Wriggled means twisted or got nervous, and disdain means contempt. Okay, hate. Okay, and wriggled means twisted. So uh, Sophie got wriggled, she got nervous where she was sitting at the table. Her father turned his face like this and he looked at her in a contempt. Okay, in a disdainful look was there on his face. Okay, बड़ी घृणा से उसकी तरफ देखा. Okay, it's true, Geoff said. Geoff informed that it was true that she has met Danny Casey. Then his father told, I once knew a man who had known Tom Finney. Okay, the father said reverently to the television, but that was a long time ago. Then, looking at the television, their father replied that he once knew a person who acclaimed, who declared that he knew Tom Finney. Okay, Tom Finney, any celebrity. Okay, उसको जानता था, but this thing has a long time. This was happened. This happened a long time ago. बहुत टाइम पहले ऐसी बात हुई थी. तो you told us, Geoff said. Geoff uh, replied in replied imperatively. He told that yes, they were informed by him. Casey might be that good someday. Okay, and then he added. Then their father added that Danny Casey would be such a great celebrity like him, like Tom Finney. Okay, better than that. Even he is the best. और भी अच्छा हो सकता है क्योंकि वो बेस्ट है. If he keeps his head on his shoulder, if he keeps his head on his shoulder, it means if he has some brain in, है ना, अगर दिमाग है तो. If they look after him properly, if they stand for the team members or team management, if they look after him properly, a lot of distraction for a younger in the game these days. And his father indirectly told them that there are so many distractions for the teenagers these days. Okay, okay, those who become a star overnight, who becomes those who become a star overnight, they have lots of distraction. Okay, people try to distract him from the right path. Okay, similarly, the student who studies a lot and go and uh, gets a gets good marks, good score. Okay, they have so many distractions from other sides. Okay, so all you need is to have control on your emotions, and you need to be aware of such distraction and be aware of them. Okay, आपको उनसे दूर रहना चाहिए. ये it is my personal suggestions to you. Okay, clear? He will be all right. He is with the best team in the country, and then and he is very young yet. Okay, he is older than I am. Simple lines, you can easily get the meaning. Too young, really, for the first team. And then one of them told that he was too young to play in a first team, in an international team. इंटरनेशनल टीम में खेलने के लिए उम्र बड़ी छोटी उसकी. You can't argue with that sort of ability. Okay, he is going to buy a shop, Sophie said from the table. Her father grimaced. Where would you where did you hear that? He told me so, she replied. तो उसने कहा कि no one can assess anyone's capability on the basis of one's age and all that. Okay, then Sophie told them that Casey wanted to purchase a shop also. Okay, then their father made an expression of anger on his face. Grimace means made an expression of anger on his face, and he asked Sophie where had she heard that, कि उसने ये कहाँ से सुना कि that he was going to purchase a shop. Then she informed that he told her so. उसने बताया है. He muttered something inaudible and dragged himself round the table, round the chair. This is another of your wild story. And students, this is the main line of this chapter. I would say he then muttered, he spoke something in a very low voice that is quite inaudible, जो सुनी नहीं जा सकती थी, ऐसी आवाज़ में बोला, and dragged himself round the chair, and then he declared that it was Sophie's another wild story. Means he was of the belief that Sophie was in the habit of knitting wild stories, stories that have no head, no tail. Okay, clear? Okay, students. ठीक है? He knew it very well that she was a daydreamer. दिन में सपने देखने वाली है वो. Like many of you. Okay. She met him in the arcade, Geoff said, and told him how it had been. And then Geoff gave all the factor of the detail of the meeting in the arcade. Okay, clear? सारी डिटेल उसने दे दी as Sophie had told him earlier. Okay. One of those days you are going to talk yourself into a load of trouble, her father said aggressively. Geoff knows it is true, don't you, Geoff? And then their father told them that Sophie would gonna be uh, would gonna uh, talk herself into a load of trouble, means she would have to face so many troubles just because of her fantasy, just because of her wild imaginations. Okay, clear? Geoff, and then he told aggressively that Geoff also knew this was a fact. Okay, and he don't believe you, though he would like to. Here don't has been used, it is wrongly used. Here he doesn't believe, Geoff doesn't believe, uh, he Geoff does not even believe Sophie. Okay, but he had no other choice, but he had to believe on believe all what she always explained with him. Okay, students, by this we have ended another part of this chapter. We shall continue reading this chapter later. Okay, till then, have a good day. Okay, be safe, be happy, and keep learning. Thanks for watching this video, beta. Thank you very much.